Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of Ask the Girl from Schenectady. And I'm your amazing host, Aduayo Magic Kodumi, aka Ayo Magic, the girl from Schenectady. So that clip you just saw was another clip from my one-woman show where the main character compares her love life to Drew Barrymore as Cinderella in Ever After and Steve Carell as the 40-year-old virgin. So today's topic, comparison and competition. Well, fasten your seatbelt, honey, because I got a lot to say about this one. But first, let's hear what the male and female panel had to say about it.
We have feelings too. We have emotions too. Yes, we do compare ourselves to other people. And it can just be whether it's our look, it can be whether it's our accomplishment, it can be just a multitude of things. But for me personally, when I find that whole comparison thing happen, I have to nip it right there in the bud because I'm a firm believer that we are all great the way that we are. That there's no mistake in who we are and the way that we were made. That just because this brother is doing something and he's winning, it doesn't mean that you're not. It doesn't mean that you have to, compete or do something on his level. We all have different levels. So the biggest thing is we have to find out who we are and we have to be great from who we are.
I don't like that marriage and love and relationships are lumped into competition as if you're trying to get a job or trying to get a car. It's not the same thing to me. I'm old fashioned. I want to marry for love because I really connect with someone, not because my friend got married first, so I'm next.
There are those who see their friends doing well and that inspires them as a kind of a giddy up that, hey, they've pulled this off. They're great, but I think you're great too. You can go pull something similar off in your field or whatever it is. You can take some tips from it.
We have been taught and conditioned for that type of level of female interaction to exist. I think it's a great point that I hate to make like East Coast, West Coast comparisons, but this is LA. It's a city that's very competitive. In ways that are unusual, particularly if you're not in the entertainment industry. It's weird in the entertainment industry too, by the way. But it is when that competitiveness or sort of the spirit of competition that exists in the city trickles down into real life relationships.
Be comfortable with who you are and how you progressing through life and be happy with yourself. Once you establish those things, then you could certainly, like, in a healthy way, compare or compete yourself to your friend's success. Because I do it all the time. So, because it's literally every single person I call a friend is people that have established a lot more than me in life and I've progressed much further than me in life, and I call these people friends and I admire them because they've always been the key driving force in me wanting to do better.
They might feel threatened. I was in a situation where I had a friend of mine, I don't know, for whatever reason, she was like, you better not get married before me. And she was like a good 5-6 years older than me. And, looking back, I used to think, well, why would she say something like that? I don't know. But, it was weird. Like, we're not friends anymore. But I remember she used to say that, and she used to act really weird if I was in a relationship and she wasn't.
Now, how are you going to tell another woman not to get married before you? You're not God. You can't stop her blessing. What she was really saying is, you better not get your blessing before I get mine. Only God can decide that. You're going to have to take that up with the Almighty, sister. Okay, ladies, listen to me very, very carefully. Do not feel threatened by another powerful woman. Okay, just because she's powerful does not make you powerless. And just because her light is shining does not mean your light is dim. God has enough sunshine for all of us. I believe this is a really important topic, especially with women, because I think a lot of women deal with comparison and competing and just comparing their lives to other women. And I think it's a really dangerous road a dangerous way for you to live your life. For me personally, I have to tell you the truth. I've never compared myself or competed with other women. And I think the reason is because of my upbringing. I was raised by an amazing, strong, powerful grandmother and a really strong, confident mother. And I remember my mother, as a child, would always tell me I was beautiful, I was gorgeous, I was confident, I was talented, I was gifted. And she always made me feel sufficient as a young woman. And I think those values helped me grow into the woman that I am today. And I've never felt that I was missing or lacking anything and I had to compare myself to anybody else because my life was awesome. I always felt like I had everything I needed as a woman. So I think that's basically it. And unfortunately, a lot of women were not raised in environments where they were told how beautiful and fantastic and gifted and amazing they were. And they were conditioned to compare themselves or compete with other women. And I think that's where it comes from. And another thing, okay, a lot of women might disagree with me on this one, but I'm going to say it anyways. Women, stop hiding your age from the world. Hiding your age is not going to make you age less. You know, I mean, we're all going to get old. Every year we get older. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with getting older. And there's nothing wrong with telling people how old you are. Especially the people that are close to you. You know, I mean, in my world, the women that are around my circle that are beautiful, confident in themselves, confident, they don't have any insecurities, they're powerful women, they're gifted, they're living the best life. They don't hide their age. They tell the world their age. They celebrate their birthday. They celebrate another year of life. You know, and I think we should all be that way. I just think it's very important for us to really identify who we are, own our identity, which is part of our age. Your age is part of your identity. So I think you should own your identity. You should love your identity. And you should know who you are and be sufficient in that. And I think hiding your age, in my opinion, it's just a form of insecurities, and it seems like you're hiding something about yourself that you're not 100% comfortable with getting older. That's just how I feel. You could disagree, but that's how I feel. So lastly, let's just be real. I mean, competition can be healthy, you know? It can be healthy. There's healthy competition, just like the men talked about in the male panel. I think that it's very important to surround yourself by amazing, successful, powerful people who are better than you, who are doing better, because that way we grow. We develop into, amazing versions of ourselves. And the bottom line is, nobody can beat you at being you. You are the only person that can be you. God only made one you. And you are successful just for being yourself. And nobody can beat you at being yourself. It's impossible. So I just think people competing with each other or trying to be something they're not, it's just ridiculous. It just doesn't make sense to me, And lastly, also, I think that we all have an important story in this book of life, and everybody's story is important and matters. And we all need to own our story, own ourselves, own our lane, and know that we are fantastic, amazing, gorgeous, talented, gifted women and men that God created us to be. All right, you know what time it is. It is time for that question of the day. Again, these are questions coming from my lovely audience, you guys. So today's question of the day is, how do you know when you found the one? Okay, here's my answer. Truthfully, I have to tell you, I'm not really at liberty to answer this question since I haven't found the one yet. However, based on what I've heard from my married friends, I believe it should be authentic. You should feel safe with this person. You should feel comfortable with the person. You should be best friends. You should enjoy each other's company. You can't do without them. I think also that person should help you grow. They should expand your mind. You should feel motivated with the person. They should also inspire you to live your dream, to be the best version of you. I think those are all important qualities. But more importantly, I also think you should also just know that this person is the one. Because sometimes I know as women, we tend to kind of debate the goods and the bad sides of a partner or relationship. Sometimes we're like, oh, he's so sweet over here. Ooh, but he does that. I don't like that. Well, he's so great over here, but ooh, but he does this. Well, maybe this. You know, and I think when you found the right person, you don't have to do that. You just know, because their amazing qualities just outweigh everything else. Like, you just know that person is the person that you're supposed to spend your life with. Now, from a Christian woman's perspective, I think that we always want to hear from God. We have discernment from God, and God always reveals the character of our mate. And we always believe that God will show us and reveal to us that that's the person that we're supposed to be with. So yeah, so that's how I feel. I think that's how you'll know if he's the one. So on that note, that concludes today's episode of Ask the Girl from Schenectady. Now, please keep those questions coming. They're fantastic. Feel free to comment below or send me questions on Instagram. Again, I'm at IoMagic, and that's spelled AYOMAJEK. Now, again, I do need to disclose I'm not a dating coach. I am not a licensed therapist. All of my opinions are based on experiences. Now, tune in to next week's episode where the topic will be compromise and settling. That's going to be another doozy. Yes. So, as usual, please tune in next week. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Smooches.